Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Orwell. We are back with chapter 4, and I've been looking forward to this for the entirety of the week, but now I have a weird sense of, I'd say I'm a bit afraid. Because this last chapter, man, that has been something. I always, get too carried on by things that happen around me in games, and I try to live the story as they write it, and oh my god, I mourn Nina. I know maybe you guys don't care about her that much, but her blood's on my hand, or so it feels. So let's hope Abraham is not gonna be the second person that we're gonna murder. This whole thing has been going just straight down the hell since the very beginning. I'm starting to doubt that this is gonna end well. So, summary. So we saved them all. The remaining member of the FOD, Nina Maternova, needed to be investigated. We did that. The suspect was killed in the attempt to make an arrest. I think we only had a choice, we couldn't arrest her. We either led to her death, or led the squad or her to her death, or we let her escape. And if I could, I would have let her escape. I'm really sorry that I couldn't. But on the other hand, Abraham is the one who told us that she wasn't supposed to kill people. So she was still very dangerous, and she, in a sense, brought it on her own. Or so I tell myself, but I can't just not feel sorry for her. Anyway, she's considered an explosive expert due to her experience clearing mines during military service. We could associate her with every location of the bombings. She decided to flee with an intervention team after her. Her motivation seems to be dominated by revenge for her deceased boyfriend and the safety bill prohibiting her from work. She was killed when she offered resistance to the intervention team trying to arrest her. We learned a bit about Julian and her relation with her parents, and she hinted at having trouble at the start of 2017. We don't know much. Now, I think it leads us to these two people. Initiate, who has been in contact with two target persons, so an investigation has been authorized, and he planned on executing a hack on the party's website. I have no idea who he is, but I don't know if he's a bad guy, really. And nor I feel that Abraham was a bad guy. I was kind of shocked that my sort of idea or hypothesis about him being in the middle of this was correct in the end. That's something I did not expect, to be honest. The last person is Harrison O'Donnell, who is now out of our look. He has condemned the bombings and said he only predicted bombings to make his point clear. I think he's, he came to a peace with the establishment. He's now living in a van being paid by the newspapers. So yeah, I think these two, or this and the next chapter, will be about the Initiate and Abraham. So let's start the next day. Episode 4, The Memory Hole. Oh, back again, huh? Hello, Symes. It's good to see you. I still can't believe what happened yesterday, or neither do I. We got the perpetrator of the bombings. Everything looks that way, but at what cost? I mean, did we do the right thing? Flagging Miss Maternova as dangerous? Did we kill her in the end? Yeah, that's what has been in my mind as well. I wish you could talk to me, at least this one time. Speaking into this one-way channel feels like barking at a wall endlessly. I know what you mean, man. First of all, as you found out, Abraham Goldfels seems to have incited and planned the assault. We need to get him. Today. So this is about Abraham. There must be some lead on him we have overlooked. We'll keep observing all others in case we learn something new. Okay, so Abraham's the guy. Abraham is the target. He disappeared, causing FOD to become inactive. I still feel like he's not a bad person. Basically, he did whatever I thought he would do. He thought it was going the wrong way. He went into hiding, and then he decided to act on his own, with Nina's help. But he did not intend to murder people. The Gedanken sind frei. About surveillance. I kind of, in a philosophy kind of way, or philosophical kind of way, or in the ways of his philosophy, I really understand the man, and his actual lectures and everything would be, if they existed, of course, would be very interesting to me. Condemns violence, motivated Nina Maternova. Mail address Abraham.Goldfels at Stellingen-University.tna. And he was a partner in crime of Nina Maternova. So let's check the news. Mountain Police Database. Arrest record. Nina Maternova. Arrest date April 15, 2017. Charges multiple homicide. Report. When prompted to surrender, the suspect instead shouted out aggressively while producing a firearm, aiming at one of the executing special agents. The suspect opened fire, wounding special agent on the left shoulder. In defense, special agent drew his pistol and returned fire, as the situation briefing had already suggested to proceed with extreme caution. The suspect was hit in the chest twice, causing her collapse. An ambulance was called, but the paramedics were unable to resuscitate the target. Time of death was announced at the scene. Today's headlines. Alleged perpetrator of wanton bombings dead. Oh god, they already got her. Investigative success in wanton bombings case. Alleged perpetrator killed in her apartment. Explosive devices discovered. Delacroix shows relief. Listen, I don't like the reports either. We need to cover the fact that this happened somewhere in public. We cannot frighten people. Sometimes the truth and ours have to divert for the common good. The perpetrator of the recent attacks across Banten has been identified and arrested. A special forces team stormed the flat of Nina Maternova yesterday evening after evidence suggested that she was the lead suspect in the case. When confronted by the special forces, Nina M. drew a firearm and fired at police. The team returned fire, killing the suspect in the process. Upon searching the apartment of the deceased, special forces discovered nearly half a dozen additional homemade explosives, which Nina had created with easily accessible chemicals, hardware, and military equipment. Investigative forces have indicated that the military-grade equipment belonged to Nina M. during her military service, which she was allowed to keep when she was dishonorably discharged in 2011. Whether this might pose a motive for Nina M. to commit the assault is only speculative at this time. Upon receiving the news, Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix showed relief. Our endeavors to find this evil individual has finally been crowned with success. I have never had any doubts about the capability of our investigative methods. This concludes a dark chapter in the history of Banten and all of the nation, Delacroix stated. Yeah, I don't see it that way. I think we basically threw her overboard. The system threw her overboard, and that's about it. Wait, there's more. Heavy rainstorm ravages Banten and Fairview. Exclusive interview with gym founder Ronson. Does your startup just open 100th gym in the nation? How does it make you feel? Good. Oh god. What about the rain? Strong squalls at the low Matilda, uproot trees, damages cars, blah blah blah. Okay, that's done. Now let's check the party people. Did they fix it? Yeah, they fixed it. Okay, that's good. Army of the Nation, Memorial Missions and found Maternova. Is there something new? Discharged. Did we forget something? Why is it marked as new? Huh. I kinda can't figure. I was expecting that there would be like she was killed or something, but in the portrait? I think we already have that. General Hartman considers activation mission Kerberos. Cyber protection experts. Yeah, now it's gone. Okay, well, I guess that's that. Now Harrison's timeline. Let's see. April 16th. That was yesterday? What date is today? No, today. After a slow start of this chilled Sunday morning, this is gonna be my day. I can fucking feel it. Oh, in case anybody does recognize the woman next to me, let me know. Just kidding, very obvious. Don't be mad at me, Marsa. So this is the life when you get good money from the national corruptor. I get it now. Peter Fletcher. I'm just waiting for them to find out about the death of Nina. It's gonna cause a landslide. So we're done here. Let's look at the listener. Oh, Juliet is calling Harrison. Oh, that's not gonna be good. She's gonna tell him. He's gonna flip his shit. I can already feel it. Oh my god. Harrison. Oh yeah, hold on, I'm speaking. Juliet. Harrison, this is Juliet. Harrison. Isn't this your office number? You're working on Sunday? Look, as much as I appreciate that I'm once again so important to you, I'm a bit in between things. Juliet. Harrison, Nina is dead. Harrison. Quit bullshitting me, not funny. Juliet. Take a look at the TNB if you don't believe me. Harrison. What the Juliet. She's been associated with the Bompton bombings. I can't believe it. Harrison. Nina, you stupid piece of... Why in all hell? Juliet. There's more. I spoke to her yesterday. She called me. I've never heard her so scared. Said she was being tracked by someone and needs to skip town. She just wanted to let me know what was going on in case anything happened to her. Then she packed a few things and went on her way. Harrison. Wait. What do you mean by tracked by someone? Juliet. She suspected someone to be wiretapping her calls. She wasn't exactly willing to talk about it. I don't know for sure, but I think it could have been the police. Harrison. Oh, this is fucking brilliant. How long until they discover the connection to us, huh? They might be listening to this very call as we fucking speak about Nina. Juliet. Why would they? We didn't do anything, or did you? Harrison. No, goddammit, but it's becoming blatantly obvious that those government assholes are trying to set us up. The bombs were exactly where we held our protests. Then those letters with the songs Abe obsessed about? Harrison. And now you tell me you have been in contact with Nina just yesterday? Pretty much the proof that you've been waiting for. We're cooked. Juliet. Huh. You really believe that the government has it in for us? I found you and the gov were best friends forever. Now, after reading your opinion pieces, for what reason would you be after us? Why now? What did we do? Harrison. Speak up against them one too many times? The fuck do I know? Juliet. We should seek help, just in case. Harrison. Help? Who's gonna help us? Juliet. Joseph Langwood might be worth a shot. Who? Cassandra's lawyer, don't you remember? Harrison. A freaking lawyer? What do you want him to do? Bust law enforcement? The government? Juliet. He understands our situation. Abe also knew Joseph. I talked to him. Oh! Harrison. Bah! Really, Jules? They make the law. They break the law. We will need to speak in a language they'll understand, not in the one they own. Juliet. So I take it you've got a much better plan, huh? Harrison. We need to get the people on our side, turn things around. Abraham knew that. Juliet. Yeah, you're right. He did know that. So now you're set on a miraculously achieving something that Fought spent 1.5 years attempting? Harrison. This is not about Fought, this is about defending myself. Juliet. Well then, what's your defense plan? Harrison. There's this guy. Juliet. A guy? Huh? Harrison. It goes by the name Initiate, but actually be a girl. Who cares? Look, this hack on the Fought blog, it was a very elaborate trick. Our site is super safe. I'm not an amateur. That guy, girl, whatever, is skilled. And Initiate mentioned having no sympathy for the government. Juliet, you're gonna trust a random hacker who targeted Fought simply because he said he doesn't like the government? Why would he first threaten us and then work with us? Harrison, leave it to me, Jules. I'll persuade Initiate with ease. Imagine the possibilities with our own hacker. Juliet, okay, you know what? Have it your way. I'll have it mine. Harrison, arguing like the good old days. Is your Utah ally still Jules Kerr? Might be more secure than calling each other. Juliet, yeah, it is. Let's get going. Harrison, there goes my chilled Sunday morning. Juliet, my mind is still spinning around what happened to poor Nina. Watch yourself, okay? Harrison. What are you worried about, me? Jules? I didn't know you still. Juliet. Ah, no, bye, Harry. Okay, so we get a fuck ton of information here. So let's go through it. So, Harrison told us about a UTEL account of Juliet, which we're gonna get information about soon. Then they told us that Abraham Goldfels knew Joseph Langley, and he was in contact with him, so that might be our lead. It's quite interesting. They knew each other? Very well, this could be a new lead. We request to consider Joseph Langley a target. Yet another person in our database, because we're so convinced we're doing the right thing. Huh. We have clearance to proceed. We're going to need to know some basics on who Joseph Langley is. Remember to check old sources. Other than that, focus on the hints to Abraham Goldfels. He's the center, the crux of it all. Then there was this guy also trying to set us up. Okay, well, I kind of think that's seems to be the natural reaction. They must be setting this up because we didn't do anything for sure. I almost understand it, almost. And then there was something else. Juliet currently working on Sunday. She's working around the clock every fucking day. Saturday, Sunday, she sure works a lot, but then again, so do we. Oh yeah, I'm at work on Sunday. That's massive. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicion. So here's Joseph Langley picture. We already had that before, and it's pretty much all there's. I think we had some other things on him too. Notable alumni. Yeah, he was in the courses, I remember. Opened his own law office in the city of Bonton. Graduated from Stellingen in 1992. Okay, gotcha, bro. We have you now.